Hey weirdos, it's the Destination Nightmare movie. Fiendish films for Saturday nights. Monsters, science fiction, and occasional terror. And now, here's tonight's movie.
Agent Nichols, what is your report?
I wish to report to the Intergalactic Council that my carrier has arrived on station as programmed. I await further orders.
You may now be advised of your assignment. The primary objective of your mission to planet Earth is to establish a colony within the advanced society of the planet. This is necessary in order that we may expand our galaxy domination program in the near future.
I understand the importance of the mission.
You will accomplish this infiltration of the Earth Society through the aid of Professor von Dornheimer, a renowned scientist of that society.
I understand, Master.
If you are detected, if you fail in any way, you will be destroyed.
I will not fail.
Agent Kolos, you may now take your place before the teletransporter. We will contact you after you've had sufficient time to accomplish your mission.
Good evening. Could I help you, sir?
I wish to see Professor Dornheimer.
I'm very sorry, sir. The professor's very busy. You'll have to make an appointment.
I wish to see the professor at once.
Is that you? Uncle, is that you, Professor? Who is it? Who's there?
I am Dr. Kolos, a colleague of Professor Dornheimer. I have traveled a great distance to see him.
The professor is in his laboratory. Was he expecting you, Doctor?
No, he was not expecting my visit.
Well, he doesn't like to be disturbed while he is working. Perhaps you could phone in the morning for an appointment. Or if you care to wait,
It is imperative that I see him at once. I assure you, it will be all right. My business with your uncle is of extreme importance. You may trust in me, Lisa.
How did you know my name?
I had been informed of your presence here, but I had not expected you to be so beautiful.
I will show you to the laboratory, Dr. Kolos. It's quite all right, Doctor. I can find my way. You see, I grew up here. I know every inch of this house by heart.
I'm sure I do not know you, sir. Perhaps you made a mistake.
There is no mistake, Professor Dornheimer. I have come to assist you in your experiment.
But I don't need your assistance.
But you do, sir. Your theories are correct, but your technique is wrong. In this manner, you will not reach your goal for many years. Together, Professor, we shall create an android in a few days.
I have important work to do. I will not be distracted by a total stranger with fantastic ideas.
But you will, sir. I command it. I am Kolos. I am your master.
Good morning, sir.
Dr. Munson, good morning, sir.
Morning, Johnson.
Came in a little early, couldn't sleep?
Sleep? That's right. Couldn't sleep.
Oh, wait, sir. I'm sorry, Doctor, but you know our security rules.
Yes, of course. There. Is that better?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Computer room, eh? Johnson. I thought you were in the computer room. What happened here?
There's nothing to be concerned about, Johnson. Nothing whatever.
There's Glenn Martin, National Intelligence Agency.
NIA, this might be a story.
Is this a federal case, Mr. Martin?
You tell me. I only know what I read in your papers.
Well, what does he mean by that?
It's simple. Something's up, so he doesn't want to talk. They never do, those guys from NIA. You might as well forget about it.
Well, not me. If there's a story here, I'm going to get it.
Oh, sure you will, kid, sure.
Hi, Martin. What kept you?
Why should I hurry? You're doing my work for me.
Can't even have a quiet homicide anymore without you NIA boys being involved. I think we're dealing with an espionage ring.
It might be just that, Shaw. What'd they take this time?
Same as before. Transistors, diodes, laser crystal, things like that.
And the suspect? Trusted member of the staff, character above suspicion as usual?
Same. Dr. Munson, head physicist.
3 times in the past 3 months. That adds up to something like espionage in our books. Looks like this Dr. Munson was the strongman type.
Strong? I got news for you, Glenn boy. That man's some kind of a Superman. The guard outside fired 4 shots into him point blank, never even phased him. And to top that, he busted through a 2-inch door out there. I'd hate to be the man that tries to bring him in.
I want to take a look at his files. Where's his office?
Across the hall. I'll show you.
Lieutenant Shaw, the highway patrol is calling in from Stone Canyon.
Right. This is Shaw. Let's have it.
Lieutenant, we found the car, but your man's vanished. For the moment, anyway. We've checked and double-checked the canyon road. Not a trace.
Well, keep checking. Can't get far. He's wounded.
We won't be able to search too well until the morning fog lifts, sir.
Well, do the best you can. He doesn't have much of a chance.
Don't take bets on it. Come on, let's take a look at those files.
Mr. Shaw, sir, could you just tell me who did what to whom and why?
You'll have to ask him. It's his case. I'm just here to assist.
Here we go again, kid, the old ball game. All right, Mr. Martin, what's the score?
You want all the facts and nothing but the facts, right?
Right.
My office will issue a statement for the press as soon as we have those facts.
Come on, give us a break, will you?
Sorry, that's the way it is, fellas.
Oh, there, Lieutenant.
Is there any way to get down there?
Well, there's an old miner's trail over here. It's quite a hike, though.
Whose place is that?
That's the old Dornheimer estate. There's a funny old guy. Wants complete privacy. Must be a famous doctor or something.
Let's go.
I guess he sort of lost his way. And in all that fog this morning, he couldn't see the edge of the cliff.
Call Munson. No blood? No bullet holes? This man hasn't been shot.
Looks like that security guard needs a little target practice.
Or an eye examination.
Missing. The loot.
Well, the case is all yours, Glenn boy. Lots of luck.
Thanks a lot.
Lassetier, Danziger, and now Munson. Dr. Munson's record is as clean as mine, maybe cleaner. All three of them were excellent security risks.
It's a familiar pattern. Top scientist engaged in top-level research work suddenly walks off with valuable data and materials.
But why? Who's behind all this?
Well, at least we know it's not the Russians. They already have the technology to produce the same material.
You know, I know it's a long shot, but I'm beginning to suspect Red China's our heavy.
The closest these have ever been to anything Chinese is the local chop suey house.
All right, then who? We've got to come up with something, and quick. Washington's breathing down my neck.
The question is, which one of these is going to be next?
Take your pick. They're all above suspicion. We've had them under surveillance for over a month.
Oh, here's one I wouldn't mind having under surveillance. Dr. Lin Young, Chemical Research Division, Pacific Laboratories.
She's top drawer. She's here from Taiwan as a special favor to the Nationals. Yeah, what is it now?
Miss Wilson is here with the reports from the crime lab.
Oh, good. Send her in.
Our troubles are over. Gail Wilson, #1 undercover girl, is on the case.
You have an eye for talent, Mr. Martin, but that's about all. You're way off the track in this case.
That's what I love about you, dear, your respect for your superiors.
All right, Gail, what'd you get?
It seems Dr. Munson did not die from a fall over the cliff.
Are you serious?
Here's the coroner's report.
Oh, first he was shot, then he wasn't shot, then he drove over a cliff and was found dead, only he wasn't killed. I suppose now we'll discover he died from an overdose of sleeping pills.
No, he was electrocuted.
Electrocuted? Now, look, Kiel, don't you play games with me. I'll have you transferred back to Washington. Miss Hart!
On the level. See for yourself. Dr. Munson was dead at least 12 hours before they found him in the canyon.
All right, Glenn. Suppose you tell me how a man who's been dead for several hours can drive a car up a mountain road, get out, and jump over a cliff.
He was murdered, driven there by somebody, and thrown over the cliff.
What a wonderful deduction.
Thank you.
You missed your calling, Mr. Martin.
Oh?
You should have been a detective.
Well, I suppose we'll discover the man who was shot by the guard at the research lab was Dr. Munson's non-existent twin brother.
Listen, Gail, see what the research department has on a Dornheimer estate. It's a mansion on the Palisades here.
Professor Dornheimer?
Who's he?
A famous physicist. He used to be on the Space Agency Advisory Board until recently. Now he's retired.
He acts as a sort of a consultant to the younger generation. If a genius has a problem, he goes to see the old professor.
Then he'd know all the leading scientists personally.
Well, probably. Why? What's on your mind?
Well, you just said it. When a genius has a problem, he goes to see the old professor.
Hey, what about our luncheon date?
It is now a dinner date.
I already have a dinner date.
Break it.
That's what I love about him. He's so modest, so considerate, and so sure of himself.
And so sure of you?
have promised you are not to enter the laboratory.
I want to speak with my uncle. I want to know what's going on down there.
I have told you, we are conducting important experiments. They are secret in nature.
But why is everyone so different? Thor, the lab assistants, even Uncle seems strange.
You are only imagining these things.
I am not. Since you came here, everything has been different. I'm not allowed to leave the estate. I can't speak to visitors. Why, Kolos? Why does everyone take orders from you?
Lisa, you must not defy me.
Can I help you, sir?
Yes, I'd like to see Professor Dornheimer. Glenn Martin of View magazine. We'd like to do a feature article on him.
I will give the professor your message. Please wait in here, sir.
Thank you. Little girl. Little girl, do you always hide from guests?
I'm not a little girl.
Oh, I should say not. Excuse me. I should have said terpsichore. Were you rehearsing?
Yes. Are you a friend of my uncle?
If you mean Professor Dornheimer, no. I'm an admirer. Oh, I believe that's your scarf.
Thank you. Mr.
Martin. Glenn Martin.
Mr. Martin, you must not remain here. I can't tell you any more, but...
Mr. Martin.
Professor Dornheimer, this is an honor for me.
There's no need to be formal, Mr. Martin. I am a simple man. You wish to do some kind of paper, I believe.
Yes, a feature article. I'd like to give the public a view into the daily life of a great scientist.
As you have already seen, my life is not the dull routine the general public might imagine.
No, your niece is lovely.
But not perfect.
They say that the perfect woman doesn't exist.
That is a debatable point, Mr. Martin. Come. The music room is more comfortable. You see, Mr. Martin, it is my belief that one day I shall be able to rectify such physical deficiencies as blindness, lameness, even mental deficiencies.
That's a pretty ambitious belief.
Perhaps. Would you care for a drink, Mr. Martin?
Scotch, please.
You may call it ambition. The word is actually dedication. With the marvels of modern technocracy, I intend to create artificial eyesight for my niece, Lisa.
I'll drink to that, Professor.
What is it that you wanted to know about me, Mr. Martin?
I understand that you often give advice to some of our leading scientists.
I try to be of help. Knowledge should be available to those who know how to use it.
Then your experience is not available to all scientists?
Certainly not. Knowledge, especially advanced knowledge, should be entrusted to the select few, the superior minds.
Oh, I see. Philosophy like that could make a pretty wide gap in human understanding. We'd end up with a civilization of extremes. The few who have everything, and the rest who have nothing.
Each of us has his own philosophy, Mr. Martin, as long as he is able to think for himself.
Yes, well, that's true. I understand that you knew Doctors Danziger and Lassatiere. Is that right?
Yes, of course. Why do you ask?
Were they members of your so-called select group? Or would that be called confidential information?
It might be considered that.
Excuse me, sir. Dr. Carlos wishes to speak to you.
Thank you, Thor. Will you excuse me for a few moments, Mr. Martin?
Certainly.
Professor Dornheimer sends his apologies. He suggested you call at a later date.
Sure. Later. Thank the professor for the drink.
Now, class, Mr. Tiger will show us how Kellogg's Sugar Frosted Flake cereal starts out.
This a flake field?
It's a cornfield. Kellogg's toasts corn to golden flakes and adds a secret frosting. Helps keep them extra crunchy and delicious. It's part of your good breakfast and tastes.
I know, great!
Sit down to breakfast with Tony, and you'll discover why it's
What?
Mr. Tiger, you're wonderful.
Oh, shucks.
ABBA's greatest hits.
Mamma mia, here I go again.
15 unforgettable tracks on one great album.
So when you're near me, darling, can't you hear me? S-O-N.
Including their very latest chartbuster, Fernando.
Stars were bright, Fernando.
From Waterloo to Fernando, ABBA's greatest hits, out now.
Cookie's life, it's got the taste and the feeling you like. Coca-Cola, come on, girl, gotta share a Coke with you. Let the feeling shine through. You wanna live a little bit more. That's what the taste of Coke is for. Cookie's life, everybody wants a little life. Coca-Cola, Cookie's life.
Well, it's about time. Where are you?
In a cozy little hideaway. Wish you were here.
Glenn? How'd the conference go?
I'd say the corporation is on shaky ground. What did the research department turn up on her friend?
Always considered a good citizen and all that.
You should hear his ideas about all men being equal.
Well, he's supposed to be a little eccentric. And in scientific circles, his books are considered slightly controversial.
About our dinner date.
Are you asking me or telling me?
Anything you like, as long as it's the villa at 8.
You devil. You know how I love that place. How can I refuse?
I didn't expect you to. Oh, and Gail, on your way, pass by the library and get me copies of Mr. D's books. See you at 8.
Another bottle, Miss Martin?
No, thanks, Gino. Just the check, please.
Yes, sir.
Remember me? I'm the girl you took to dinner.
I'm sorry. I guess I was someplace else.
You look like you got troubles. Come on, let's talk about them.
Gail, there's something weird going on out there, but I can't put my finger on it. Did you get those books?
All I could at the library. It seems the science students in this town really dig Mr. D.
There you go. Thank you, Gino.
Thank you, sir.
Come on. Let's do some research.
Tonight?
Tonight.
Glenn, I thought we...
Heads we do, tails we don't.
Understand. If Professor Dornheim is the mastermind of these robberies, what is he doing with the materials? You think he's shipping them abroad? Glenn, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, I thought so.
Well, say something.
Something.
Sometimes I wonder what I see in you.
That's simple. Me. Gail, what do you know about cybernetics?
Cyber who?
Cybernetics. It's the study of calculators and computers, all kinds of mechanical devices to control automation, mechanical brains.
So, cybernetics.
So Dornheimer is the chief exponent in the field. He's the father of the thinking machine.
That's the trouble today. It's getting to the point where people hardly have a chance to think for themselves. But I don't get the connection.
You just said it.
I did?
Yeah, listen to what Dornheimer says. And there's every reason to believe that in time, man will devise a method whereby a mechanical brain system will be linked electronically with a human nervous system, thereby creating a totally independent thinking machine. Once this phase has been accomplished, it will only be a short step to the creation of the ultimate in mechanical devices, the android.
Android?
Yeah.
What's an android?
An android, dear, is a robot, like a mechanical man, except there'd be one important difference. An android would look exactly like a human being.
An android that looks like a human being?
Mm-hmm.
Like you or me?
Or Wells, or Dr. Munson.
Oh, that's the wildest thing I ever heard of. Glenn, you don't believe that's possible, do you? Glenn, you don't believe that Professor Dornheim has actually done this, do you?
Gail, all through history there have been men with minds like Dornheimer's. Men like that can go as far as their minds can reach. Anything they conceive, they invariably create. So why not androids?
Glenn, it's frightening.
Take a look down there. Hundreds and hundreds of people. Who's to say how many of those are androids? The traffic cop? That guy selling newspapers? A banker? A doctor? Imagine what it would mean if androids were infiltrating our society, our government, the military.
But for what reason?
Some kind of a master scheme, a silent secret invasion? I'm not sure, but I'm going to find out.
But how? You said yourself Dornheimer checked out okay.
Oh, honey, if he's capable of conceiving those ideas, and if he's involved in some kind of a master plan, then he's more than capable of concealing it. I've got to get into that place. I've got to see what's going on in that mansion without Dornheimer knowing I'm there.
I'm glad you're not an android.
So am I. I'm sure they haven't got any human emotions whatsoever.
Do you have any human emotion?
once. These things aren't for you to see.
It's about time somebody saw what's going on down there.
No, the professor will not permit it.
Listen, Lisa. Your uncle's a murderer, a madman. You've got to realize that.
My uncle isn't responsible for what's happening.
Oh, don't give me that. I can see what's going on down there.
What you see is deceiving. The real Professor Dornheimer is locked up in the lower basement.
What are you talking about, the real professor?
That man down there is only a copy of my uncle. A twin created by Kolos.
Kolos? Who is Kolos? Come on, tell me, is he in charge of this operation?
I can't. I've promised. Please go, Mr. Martin. You'll only cause trouble, and my uncle will be killed.
There's going to be trouble, all right. And I don't want you around when it happens. Now, come on.
Well, my friend, Mr. Martin, I hadn't expected you to return so soon. And without calling for an appointment. That was very thoughtless of you, Mr. Martin.
All right, you can cut the histrionics, Dornheimer. Your big act is over.
That's very interesting. Am I to believe that you are here to stop the show all by yourself?
You believe whatever you like. Come on. Now, look, Professor, don't press your luck. I'll use this if I have to.
Then you'd better begin. Yes, Mr. Martin. Androids. Superhuman robots. The workforce of tomorrow.
You mean slaves and killers, don't you? Or maybe warriors would be a better term.
Whatever best serves our purpose, Mr. Martin. If we need slaves, we build them. If we need an army, we shall have one. If we need the services of an important scientist to procure materials for us, we simply duplicate him and program his brain to serve our cause. If we should decide that we could benefit from the services of a secret agent, do you know what we would do?
Pretty obvious, isn't it?
Yes, Mr. Martin. We would duplicate him.
This will be your final mistake.
That is a matter of opinion. Fortunately, opinions can be changed, as you shall see.
Professor, should we remove the original Dr. Young to the refrigeration chamber?
No, we may need another duplication of Dr. Young.
We will prepare a cell for her.
Good. Then prepare the duplication chamber for Mr. Martin. Audio tubes.
Audio tubes. Audio tubes.
Memory cells.
Memory cells. Memory cells.
Photoelectric cells.
Gedächtnis.
Photoelectric cells. Photoelectric cells.
Optical transceivers.
Optical transceivers.
And now, Mr. Martin, the final phase of my unique operation. The duplication of your mental powers. Every fragment of knowledge you possess will be transmitted to your twin's mechanical brain. And in addition, a considerable amount of information you do not possess. Glenn Martin, NIA, now works for us. And he has an assignment, a very important assignment.
This is Wells. Pacific Laboratories. When? Who? All right, Inspector. If you get any lead on it, let me know. I'll get started on it here. Well, it's another robbery. Chemistry lab this time. Last night, someone drove off with a truckload of polyethylene materials.
Well, that's a switch. Any suspects?
Yeah, that's a switch, too. Dr. Lynn Young. She's one of their top chemists. She was known to be there late last night, known to be in the supply rooms, and she's vanished without a trace. Where's Martin? He should have checked in hours ago.
I'm worried about him, Austin. Maybe he's in trouble.
Oh, you don't need to worry about Martin. He can take care of himself. He's probably on to something, and he just can't get to a telephone.
No, don't tell me you're not worried, too. I know you better than that.
All right. If we don't hear from him by noon today, I'll go out to the Dornheimer estate myself. This case is developing into a nightmare. Miss Hart, get me the file on Dr. Lynn Young.
Yes, sir.
Well, Martin, where in blazes have you been? Haven't you ever heard of the telephone?
Now, don't get your ulcers in an uproar. I have good news.
Glenn, I've been...
I'm sure I know where the next robbery is going to take place.
Where?
Pacific Laboratories.
It's already happened. Last night, I just got the report on it.
The Chinese chemist, Dr. Lin Young, set it up.
Yes, I know. And she's vanished just like the rest of them.
Glenn, how did you know about this? Is Professor Dornheimer behind it?
Dornheimer? Of course not. He's 100% in the clear. He wants to help us. And he did. He fed all the facts into his calculators and came up with Pacific Laboratories and Dr. Lin Young. And he was right.
Well, who does he say is back of the operation? Did he have any ideas about that?
Yes, but I'll have to check out a few leads before I can be sure. I'll need a reservation on the 7:30 plane for Washington.
Washington? You mean you think this organization has members in the capital?
It might. That's what I'm going to find out.
I'll help you get past.
No, I can manage.
Don't you want me to drive you to the airport?
I'll take a cab. I don't want to be conspicuous. I'm being followed, you know.
No, I didn't know. Glenn, be careful.
Miss Hart, get Mr. Martin a reservation on the 7:30 flight for Washington tonight.
Austin, did you notice something strange about Glenn?
No, not particularly. Seemed a little more serious than usual, but there's nothing wrong with a man being serious.
Oh, I don't mean that. It's something cold. Austin, would you know an android if you saw one?
Would I? Well, now that you mention it, I don't believe I would. Would you?
I'm not sure.
Where are you off to?
I think it's about time I did some undercover work.
Would I know an android if I saw one? What in blazes is an android? Android. A-N-D-R... Android. Resembling a human. A mechanical man. A robot. Robot?
To inform the Council that our Earth colony program is advancing as planned. We now have 8 highly skilled dupes successfully integrated into the society. This number will increase rapidly with the addition of an important new dupe.
Who is this important android, Kolos?
He's a member of the Society's National Intelligence Organization. He's in a prime position to procure large quantities of materials necessary to our programs.
And what of the original? Has he been destroyed?
I request that he be preserved until the twin completes his first assignment. We may find it advantageous to produce several of these agents. As in the case of Professor Dornheimer, this type of android is extremely sophisticated.
Your request is granted. The Council has noticed a discrepancy in your last report. The records do not indicate that Professor Dornheimer's ward, the young female, has been duplicated. What is the status of this matter?
It had not appeared necessary to subject this human being to duplication. She can serve no useful purpose as an android. I chose to keep her an original.
Agent Kolos, we do not tolerate such independent actions. It is an established fact that human beings cannot be trusted. You will duplicate the young girl at once.
Yes, Masters. It will be done.
I warned you, Kolos. The galaxy beings are correct. A human being is a creature of many complex emotions. Even a child can bring about our destruction.
Lisa can cause us no harm.
We cannot take this risk. I will bring her here at once.
No. I am the master here. We will do as I command. If you interfere, Professor, I will destroy you.
Mr. Martin.
Well, terpsichore. Imagine meeting you down here in Hades.
How's my uncle?
He's still alive, Lisa, but he needs medical attention badly.
I know, but how? They're watching every move I make. Kolos knew I was down there. He'd have us all killed. I just don't know what to do.
I do, but I have to get out of here to do it. And unfortunately, I've lost my good luck charm.
Take more than a charm to break these bars.
You don't know the magic powers of my lucky coin.
Coin? I found a coin on the stairway landing in the laboratory. Must be yours.
Where is it? Let me see it.
It's in my room.
Oh. Lisa, do you think that you could get back down here again without being seen?
I can try tonight. They don't know about the secret passage.
All right. It's our only chance. Get that coin for me and come back as soon as you can.
I don't understand how...
Look, please, just try and get it, Lisa. I'll explain to you later. And Lisa, please be careful.
I will.
Well, don't try to talk now.
You ever seen anything like that before? It isn't even human.
You're right, Sergeant. It isn't human. It's a robot. Here. Help her to the main gate and stay with her.
Watch out. He's a killer, and he's armed. He's cornered in there, sir. That door is his only way out.
Carlos, why are you here in my room?
I wish to talk with you, Lisa.
About what, Carlos?
My superiors have advised me that it's a mistake to allow you your freedom. They have warned me you cannot be trusted.
Do you believe that?
I do not know. Would you betray me, Lisa?
I gave my word, Carlos. You must trust in me as I do in you.
Professor Dornheimer has also warned me. It is his wish that you be duplicated immediately.
The twin professor does only as he is ordered by you. You are his master.
Yes, that is true. I am his master. But I am not my own. What I have done here on your planet is not my choice. Can you believe in that?
I can if you ask me to.
I must do these things. I am ordered to do them. If I fail, I will be destroyed.
This place you come from, Carlos. Are the people there like we here on Earth?
No. They are different. They are superior in mind and technology. They are the masters of the galaxy. They are my masters.
I understand.
First Carlos, then Lisa. Come. contact the superiors.
You dare give me orders, Professor? It is I who give the orders. I am your master.
No longer, Colos. I am master now. There is no place for the weak in our colony.
Over here. Let's see. Good girl. You're wonderful. Look, this may take a little time, so you better get back up there before they miss you.
I can't. Something's happened. The professor, or the other one, and the twin Thors have attacked Kolos.
Good. It'll work in our favor.
What will they do to Kolos?
Whatever they do to him, it'll be too good for him.
Somebody's coming.
You must come with us to the lab, Lisa.
I will not.
Kolos has ordered us. He has sent us for you.
I don't believe that. You will. Mr. Martin!
You made a great mistake, Kolos. You and your galaxy masters. You programmed me with too much knowledge. You allowed my mechanical brain to cross over the barrier that separates the android from the human. The power of independent thought. You and your masters have violated a basic rule, a scientific law. You must never program a mechanical device with more wisdom than you yourself possess. You must never create a robot that can outsmart you. In the perfect android society, there is no room for human beings with their weaknesses. We have no feelings. We are superior in every way. We are the master race.
Mr. Martin. Mr. Martin.
Just hold on, Professor. We'll get you out of here.
No. You can't fight them alone. I must help you.
Please, just try to rest and save your strength.
Not too weak to talk. Listen, Martin. The androids are composed of a network of electrical equipment. Some of it extremely delicate, especially the brain mechanism.
Yes, Professor.
You must upset that balance and cause an electrical breakdown. The pulse laser beam is the answer. Listen, Mr. Martin. You must concentrate the beam on the android's head. Then bring it into sharp focus. A mental breakdown will take place. If you can manage it, you'll outmatch them.
I'll manage, Professor. One more step and it'll be your last.
Your threats do not alarm me. You forget, I know no fear. Androids have no emotions, Martin.
Professor Dornheimer, I was not correctly programmed. I've failed. I must see the master.
I am the master here. Do as I command you. Destroy this human being.
But as my twin, we are not humans.
He is our enemy. Kill him. I command you. I am your master.
No, Kolos is the master. I obey no other.
You stupid mechanical.
Mr. Martin, I was sent here to prepare your society for conquest by the masters of the galaxy. I have failed in my mission. I have failed not because I am weak, but because you are stronger. I will leave your planet now. I must return to a world of cold and unemotional galaxy beings. I will give them my report, and then I will be destroyed. But it will not matter. You see, Mr. Martin, I know now that I, too, am an android.
As we all know, the greatest cause of automobile accidents is defective people. Heavy drinkers, reckless drivers, and people who neglect their cars. Let us now dim our lights in memory of our damaged comrades. Henry Hartop, worn-out brakes. Timothy Tudor, needed a tune-up, just couldn't pass in time. Kathy Convertible, defective taillights, was struck from behind. Sammy Station Wagon at 4...
Are you mistreating your car? For safety's sake, have it checked regularly.
I'll buy that. I'll buy that.